Just Hello, everybody. My name is Jill Swartz. I am the Chief Product Officer of Zeo Scientifics, and I'm delighted to be here today with Dr. Kathleen Russo of Carolina Health Span Institute. Hi, Dr. Russo. How are you?
Hi, Jill. I'm great, thank you. I hope you are.
Thank you. I am, and we're excited to sort of kick back up your patient education series. And today we're going to talk about you're going to talk about the exciting topic of exosome therapy. Exosomes are all the buzz in medicine, and we just keep coming back from conferences, and the more and more the more we're out there, everyone is excited to learn about this. So it's so confusing and there's so much information. So excited to be here with you so that you really can help educate your patients on this very important topic. So take it away.
Okay, thank you, Jill. It's so nice to continue our educational series. And I'm looking forward to sharing this exciting information. So today we're going to be talking about the incredible potential of exosome-based therapies. And this discussion is truly a revolutionary advancement in medical science. And we're going to start with some exosome basics first. After we talk about the basics, I'll talk a little bit about what exosomes do, where they come from, how we can obtain them, what we can use them for, what the actual treatment process looks like. So let's get started. We'll talk about some basics first. So the exosomes are these extracellular vesicles or vacuoles or little pouches. And these little tiny vesicles are derived from our own cells, and they can deliver targeted therapies directly to where they're needed most in our body. So if you look at that little cartoon off to the right, if you look up in the left-hand corner, you can see that these little vacuoles are formed and then they're released into the circulation, if you will. You can see the secretion of those tiny vesicles. And those tiny vesicles contain all kinds of bioactive components. So they contain messenger RNA, and they contain growth factors, and they contain DNA and RNA and other types of proteins. And one of the really important things inside these little vesicles is messenger RNA. And messenger RNA is known to be a messenger, if you will. It sends signals from one cell to another cell, and it can initiate protein synthesis and other processes. So exosomes are these little vesicles. They're just packed with all kinds of bioactive compounds, including peptides and proteins, and they're released into our body, and they actually go to where they're needed. So exosomes were once thought to be cellular waste, but now we know that they are key intercellular communicators and they regenerate tissue. So they transfer molecular information between our cells. And in this little cartoon to your right, you'll see in the left upper hand corner, you'll see the exosome, and it has those growth factors there, and it has proteins and that messenger RNA that I spoke about. And then you can see that that little vacuole is released into the tissue, and it goes to the target cell. And one of the amazing things about exosomes is the exosomes are drawn to areas where they need to be. So they're drawn to areas where we have damaged DNA or we have inflammation. So it's a targeted therapy and it knows where to go. And once it hits that targeted cell, it can help with wound healing, metabolic regeneration, cellular differentiation, reducing inflammation, and regeneration. So it's quite remarkable the power of these exosomes. They have the ability to shuttle genetic material and proteins and those bioactive compounds between cells, which really opens the door to a new era of personalized medicine and regenerative therapies.
If I can, Dr. Russo, one thing that's
Please.
very
Mm-hmm.
exciting, and I've heard said, it's truly the body has this remarkable way of healing itself. And in fact, this is like from your own body, correct? Like your cells are just communicating with one another intuitively, just as it's such an amazing machine.
Yeah. So these little tiny powerhouse vesicles, like I said, they specifically target damaged cells. They reduce inflammation, at the same time increasing regeneration at the cellular level. They promote long-term healing and repair. And so what type of areas do the exosomes target? So as you can see from this chart, they target many different key organ systems in the body. And my patients here at Carolina Health Span, they're looking to improve their health span. We want our health span to be equal to our lifespan. So we're concerned about our cognitive function. We're concerned about our skin and aging skin. We're concerned about our vision, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, osteoporosis, and even osteoarthritis. So you can see that exosomes do target all of these different inflammatory diseases of all these different systems in the body, which is quite remarkable. And how do we get these extracellular vesicles to these different parts of the body? There's all different types of treatment that you can use to deliver these exosomes. So you can do direct injection into joints, osteoarthritis of the knee, for instance. You can do a systemic IV, which I'll talk about a little bit more later in this talk, where the exosomes are injected right into your vein. And then again, the exosomes will go directly to those areas in their body that they're needed most. We can do it locally in O shots or P shots, hair restoration. We can do it topically after microneedling or Silfirm treatments, and even inhalation. And there's actually some studies going on right now looking at a nasal delivery of exosomes for the treatment of TBI, which is really exciting. So what's really breakthrough in terms of exosome therapy is a product called PPX. And PPX is autologous exosomes. And I know that sounds a little confusing, but basically autologous means your own, auto, your own. So these exosomes come from your own blood. So we take a sample of your blood, similar to when we were doing a PRP treatment, and we extract those exosomes right from your own blood, and then we give them back to you after they've been processed and repaired. And that term is called autologous, and PPX is the name of the product that we get from Zeo Scientific. So how does the process work, the treatment process, when you come into the office? It's really very simple. It's painless. It's a very easy process. So basically, we draw your blood here in our office. Our phlebotomist will draw your sample, not unlike a PRP sample. And your sample will be sent to a lab that is an FDA registered and certified manufacturing laboratory. At that time, they test it for contaminants and infectious agents. And then it's separated and filtrated, and they have a high-speed centrifuge. They have a very complicated system of how they isolate out your exosomes from your blood, and then they package it into two treatments, two little vials, 1 ml each, and they're sent back to us. There is a very specific protocol in how this is done, and we follow that protocol exactly each time.
And I think it's important to stress here, if I can, Dr. Russo, that this is something that can't be done in office. This is not being sent to the lab is because it has to be. The type of centrifugation and the sequential process is quite involved and very, very advanced.
Yes, this is not like PRP. So, PRP, we can obtain your blood in the office. At Carolina Health Span, we use an FDA approved platelet separating machine that gives us the best PRP possible. And that varies from office to office. But this process is much more sophisticated and requires a research laboratory using equipment that you just can't have in a medical office.
Yes, very much so. And if I can add one more thing to that as well, is that of course it does differ from system to system as far as harvesting the PRP, but also it's very it's quite different from PRP altogether because we are isolating the exosomes. We're removing the platelet fraction, where PRP, which PRP is still a very amazing tool, and this isn't necessarily replacing PRP. It's really next generation PRP. This is the next phase of medicine. Really, we're just completely improving. Medicine is advancing. So what we're doing in being able to isolate the exosomes out of your own blood and then being able to deliver them back. So it's very different than PRP, but the process, as Dr. Russo just mentioned, is how easy it is to just really, it's a blood draw.
Yeah, we're taking the power punch out of PRP and packaging it in a very concentrated form. And so you're getting the component of what you want in terms of regeneration and anti-inflammation.
Correct, yes.
So, is it safe? Yes, it has a very favorable safety profile. It's acellular, meaning it has no cells. It comes from your own body, so we don't have to worry about things, infections, things like HIV and hepatitis B and so forth. And as I stated earlier, it is prepared in an FDA registered and certified laboratory, and there is no known risk of infection, so it is very safe. So what are some of the clinical indications? What are some of the things that potentially you may be concerned about or have a goal to improve, and where PPX or exosome treatment might be helpful? So osteoarthritis and joint conditions, it's exceptionally a good therapy for that type of inflammatory condition. It's good for tendon injuries and sports injuries. It's good for wound healing. As I said earlier, hair loss and regrowth, we can use it in hair restoration treatments. Aesthetics, just improving the skin, using it after microneedling. Sexual medicine, for urinary stress and urgency incontinence, or sexual health reasons. And then just systemic anti-aging optimization, which I think is so exciting, that we have a treatment that will help us in our journey towards having the best health possible, having our health span as close to our lifespan as possible.
I think the systemic wellness is such really is the most exciting to me, right? Because I've heard it's crossing or improving, helping to improve so many different areas just from that one single delivery method, like sleep and overall even joint pain and mental clarity. It really is seemingly I think endless to its potential, and we're really just scratching the surface. So it's exciting, and I'm happy that you're going to be able to offer this for your patients.
We are so excited to be offering. We actually are up and running and have done some treatments already, and our patients are thrilled and things are going well. And Carolina Health Span, we're on a quest to continue improving healthcare, and very interested in regenerative health and personalized medicine, and just so excited that we have this new revolutionary advancement available to us. So thank you, Jill, for spending some time with me again today.
You're so welcome. I'm so grateful for you spending your time for your patients too. And I'm excited to bring more education, more different therapies as it shakes out and it progresses. So it's awesome that your patients get to learn really directly from you. So we're the lucky ones. Thank you so much. And will you just tell everybody where just how to reach you?
Yeah, so if you're interested in getting more information, you can call our office at 704-333-4817. That'll get you to either office in Lake Norman or in Charlotte, and you can speak to someone, and they will send your call to a person who can answer any questions, help you schedule an appointment with me if you'd like to do that to discuss this further. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Have a lovely day.
You too.